Hello everyone, I'm Braun Mithra. Welcome back, Townsfolk Tussle, episode 3. We'll be fighting the Bundits. Just want to do a little bit of one mistake that I made for the Dense Woods feature card from last episode. If you look here on the card, it says it costs 2 movement to enter any Dense Woods square. So the way I did this was accidentally did the word enter. You know, if you play, there's a lot of grid-based combat systems, right? D&D does it. Lots of games use grid-based combat systems. And I guess sometimes, you know, because I play a lot of them, and sometimes my brain just uses a shortcut for things, and the word enter can be, you know, like in D&D, for example. I'm just going to use one example. I know there's other ones. Entering, like when you enter a threat range or leave a threat range, those are the 2 keywords, entering and leaving. There's an area of effect. The threat range is all the squares adjacent to something, but when you move within it, you don't activate entering, right? Because you've either entered it, now you're there, now you can move within it, and as long as you don't leave it again, you don't suffer the penalty. So yes, with the Dense Woods, it's every square within the Dense Woods, right? So I just made a mistake of when you enter the Dense Woods, it costs you 2 to get in there, and then once you're in there, you can move around normally. That's not correct. It's every square in the Dense Woods costs 2. It should be treated like difficult terrain in D&D and 5e. So when you move within difficult terrain, you suffer half movement, or double. Yeah, half movement. In this case, you pay double movement. So that was a mistake for the Dense Woods. Then the other one's just a bad play that I made. Again, just a mental shortcut here. So I bought the Archer's Cap last episode. And if you see, Archer's Cap is headgear. And then the max cost to attack with your ranged weapons is reduced by 1. I bought it for Norman because I was going to use it with the rod, because the rod has range 2. The rod is not a ranged weapon, all right? Even though it has a range 2 on it, it's not a ranged weapon. So it's actually a melee weapon. You can see up here at the top, melee weapon, 2-handed spear with range 2. Again, this is a mental shortcut. The way I looked at it, I just saw range. I was like, okay, ranged weapon, it has range. This mistake comes from me playing Kingdom Death, where Kingdom Death, when you use spears, they have reach too, right? They don't have a range. Range is for ranged weapons. Reach is for weapons that are melee that reach farther, right? So reach 2 means it's still a melee weapon, but you can attack within 2 squares. Range is ranged weapon, and also because of just the fact that it's on Norman, makes it seem like. So this is my fault for this one with the. I assumed thematically in my head that Norman was casting the rod, hitting the monster with the lure, and then pulling it back, yanking back on the rod, right? So he's casting it out, hitting them, and pulling it. But that's not what he's doing. He just has long hands, and he's using a spear. He's actually poking them with the end of the fishing rod. So it's just because it's on Norman, and it has a range 4, and then he can pull it back. That's not a spear property. That's just Norman's property. So any melee weapon you give him would have increased range by 2 and be able to still pull the monster back. So in my head, like I said, thematically he was casting it, hooking them, and then pulling them back with the rod itself. That's how he's pulling them closer. Not a ranged weapon. So the Archer's Cap, I'm just going to be selling that, because unless I can buy a ranged weapon. So let's get into the episode now and figure out what it is we're actually going to be doing. So, I don't need this anymore. I don't need the Dense Woods. So here we go. I'll put the Dense Woods back in the terrain. Now, as you can see, I've already got everything all set up for Bundits, just to save time. Again, that way once I can just clean up and then, you know, just makes things quicker. You're not supposed to do it like this, but like I said, it makes it quicker, easier for me when doing all this recording and everything. More enjoyable for you that you know who like expect next time, and thumbnail's already going to reveal who's fighting. And so it's just easier if I just also have the same information you do. That way it doesn't seem like a surprise to everybody or weird when I'm talking. So, I don't know how the Bundits work. I've never fought them. They weren't in Tabletop Simulator. Again, I chose the Ruffians I chose were not in Tabletop Simulator. So I always wanted to have fresh, so Season 2 would not be the same as Season 1. Hopefully, Season 3 can also do the same thing. I can try to get new people for all of them. So, we discarded down our feats. I discarded down completely with everybody because I can't seem to complete feats at all. So we're just getting 3 new ones with Norman, 3 new ones with Yancey, 2 new ones with Georgie, because he still has this one, which I think seems really easy to do. Take damage from a ruffian action when it's none or targets multiple townsfolk. Seems easy. I've had it ever since the beginning. I'm surprised I haven't triggered it. I mean, I guess it's because I keep, using Yancey's ability, but still, it should happen eventually. Even by mistake, it should just happen. So that's why I'm decided to keep that one. So we have 2 more with Georgie, 3 more with Yancey, 3 more with Norman. Let's see if we got anything. I'm just going to quickly look at this. End the town phase with the most coins. Change your equipped gear at least 2 times. Okay. So this one we're going to look to do. This is just right here. End the town phase with the most coins. So we're going to try to do that. That's a Georgie one. Got anything else? Pay 4 coins to just archive this feat. End the town's phase with 0 coins. That lines up perfect. So Yancey's got one we can try to do here. And with 0 coins. If you end the town phase with at least 5... Oops. I gotta put his HP back up. If you end the town's phase with at least 5 max HP. So we can try to do those 2. If I can get 1 more HP somehow with Yancey. And spend all of his money. Complete the fight with 1 HP remaining. Attain a piece of head, chest, or leg gear. I think I can do that. If no townsfolk is at their max HP during the fight. Awesome. So those are Normans. Those are pretty good. This one right here, we just need to make sure we get a head, chest, or leg gear. Perfect. I don't have any chest or leg gear with Norman, so that's probably what I'd be looking to buy anyway. Now we've got Norman goes first, Yancey, because I did not do this, I don't think. Shuffle up these town events quick. Everybody was going to get a town event, so we'll start with Norman. Let's see, we got Helpful Scouts. Helpful Scouts. The group wanders past a pack of Boy Scouts. Looks like they're trying to lead some of the injured townsfolk to safety. Quintus Bitch not in the group. So Quintus Bitch, a Boy Scout rushes towards you. Hey pal, here's some coins. Lend us a hand with those ruffians, will ya? Receive 3 coins. Okay. Giving away money. Seems a little bit out of character for you, Quintus, but okay. Thank you. So that was Norman's. He gets himself 3 money. Okay. Who's next? Georgie is next. Drinking contest. You funnel the team into the saloon. Everyone deserves a little break. Why not make interesting with a little competition? Each townsfolk puts down 1 coin and rolls plus max HP. The highest roller wins the drinking contest. The lowest roller, however, suffers a crippling hangover. Keep this card in front of them during the fight. Whenever they consume a consumable, they take 1 damage. Oh man. Georgie better win. Georgie better win this. Okay, so plus max HP. Georgie doesn't look like he's going to be winning this. He's only got 2 max HP. This could be terrible. Okay, so rolling with Georgie first. A 6. That's, I think he lost. No, he's got an 8 because he had 2. So he's got 8. So Yancey here is going to add 4 to this. That's a 7. Okay, Yancey's losing. Norman. I think Norman just lost. 6. Yes, Norman lost. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. As long as it wasn't Georgie, that would have been really bad because he only has 2 HP and he wouldn't be able to eat anything. Okay, so Norman lost. You keep this in front of you. So, Georgie gets one from Norman and one from Yancey. Okay, good enough. Last one, Yancey. Fighting amongst friends. Townsfolk aren't on the same page when it comes to defending Eureka Springs. Group has a heated debate regarding the best method for dismembering a hoodlum. While one townsfolk claims starting at the knees is key, another insists that slicing off the head first is the way to go. Townsfolk glare at each other in a tizzy. The tension is palpable. Keep this card in front of you for the next fight. If a townsfolk chooses to end their turn next to another townsfolk, they each take 1 damage. Okay. That's disastrous. Okay, that's disastrous. Okay, that's not super cool. Okay, now let's get the 8 or 12 cards, whatever it is. Okay, here we go. 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, man. Oh, the big barrel. That looks pretty good. Might be able to buy that with someone. Hive on a stick. Also good. The 4-hander. Okay. How much money do we have? We have 8. So it's going to go with Norman first, who has 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. He has 12. Obtain a piece of leg, head, chest. So for 12, +1 movement. You may use mocks to pay for movement. Okay, so that would be the fancy joggers. He's got a good headpiece already. So he's got a good headpiece already. Let's see. Let me just look at these real quick. Grab these. Leg gear. I think it's just going to be this one. Actually, this is all we can pretty much do. So that would be 9. So if I spent 9 on the fancy joggers, we're leaving with 3. We're leaving with 3. What was end the town phase with the most coins? So, how am I going to end the town's phase with the most coins? That would leave him with 3, so I need to end with 4. Means I can only spend 8 with Georgie. What would I want to get with Georgie for 8? Use tax. Well, hard liquor's not bad for Georgie. Branding poker. He's already got a good sword. So, yeah, I guess I think I'm going to get the hard liquor for Georgie. So let me just make sure here. This would be 9. Put him at 3. If he's only spent 3 here, Georgie would still have 8. That would leave Norman would just need to spend money. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yancey, needs to just spend money. Yancey has 8 as well. Yancey could get the detective's cap, I guess. Seems to be the best thing. Hive on a stick is also good. If you whiff with this weapon, take 2 damage. Well, actually, the big barrel would be pretty good. Okay, I think I'm still going to buy all this. So, 14. If I sold this, would be 7. If I sold this, I would get... So, selling the Archer's Cap, I would get 3. So that'd be 9, 10, 11, 12. I could get the big barrel. I think I might as well just get the big barrel for 15. Yeah, I'm going to get the big barrel for 15. Well, wait. Ugh. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think big barrel's still the best way to go. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to sell the archer's cap for 3, because I can get half. So see, I bought it for 7. I can sell it for 3. Sell that for 3. I can buy the big barrel and not get the fancy joggers here. So if I buy the big barrel, so I sold it for 3. Let's see, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's all my money. So I'll buy the big barrel for 15 for Norman. Okay. So Norman's got 15 with the big barrel. Okay, and then you can wear the accessory here. Doesn't really help as much, but I think it's still going to be really good. So his accuracy comes down because he doesn't get as much accuracy. So he's still going to be hitting with a 3+ for 3. That's still good. I think that's still good. The big barrel's still really good. Okay, now all I need to do... So I still buy the 3 with... what I say? I could still buy the 3 for the hard liquor. Okay. So I bought the hard liquor with Georgie. Now I just need to buy something with Yancey. What can I buy with Yancey for 8? I guess the detective's cap. Unless I want Hive on a stick. No, I'm just going to get detective's cap. So detective's cap is 6. 6. Detective's cap. Alright. So... that ends... Put on the hard liquor. Yes. Okay, that ends this. Now, I did not obtain a piece of head, chest, or leg gear. So that's fine. But I did end the towns phase with the most coins for Georgie. So that puts him at 3 completed things now. So his hero sword does have 3 damage. That's the most important thing. I could continue. I could spend 6 more. No, I couldn't spend. Yeah, I could spend 6 more. Well, it doesn't matter. There's nothing else to buy, so. Change your equipped gear at least 2 times during a fight. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but... Towns phase with 0 coins. I'm not going to be able to get down to 0 coins. There was nothing for 8. Well, I could refresh. Yeah. No. So what did I get with this? I'll take the +1 movement. Because I don't really need 1 more coin. So for this one, I'm just going to take +1 movement. So movement goes up to 5. Okay. I could get 2 more movement with Yancey if I refresh this. What would I hope to get? Then I could spend... If I refresh with Yancey, he would have 0 coins. Yeah, might as well. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh with this. Well, it's a big gamble because then at least I could spend $7 more with Georgie and still end with the most because everybody else would be at 0. Technically, I could spend all of it and I'd still be at the most because the most someone would have would be 0. And he'd be tied for the most. So, yeah, with the most coin. Oh, cannot be a tie, it says. Okay, so never mind. I'd be able to spend 7. Is it worth refreshing to try to buy something for 7? Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna do it just to risk and try to buy something for 7. It's probably a bad play, because it'd be better off saving the money with Yancey. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna save the money with Yancey. It's probably better. Seems bad to just save $7 with Georgie, however. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna do it. So, the other thing would be not to have Georgie be sheriff, however. Well, alright. I don't think there's any way I can help George. It's going to be pretty difficult for Georgie not to be sheriff. Even if I end this, he's still going to be 0 points. Alright, whatever. It's going to be difficult. So he can't eat any... Alright, that's it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. This is probably a bad play. I don't feel very good about this town phase. I didn't really buy much, and it seems like a waste to reset with Yancey and then maybe still not be able to buy anything with Georgie. So, that's it. I'm calling the town phase. I got my movement, yeah. +1 movement. We're good. So, let me flip this board over, put these away, and get ready for the Bundits, and we'll start the fight. Alright, here we go. We've got everything set up here. So, they are a troublemaker, which means they begin the fight with the scattered card in play. So, with this, keep this card in front of the townsfolk, but I already placed it down. So, how this reads is, whenever another action deals damage to a townsfolk, create a Bundit terrain piece adjacent to the townsfolk. A maximum of 6 Bundits can be on the board at one time. Do not place more. Do not place more once the limit is reached. I don't know why. And then a Bundit is considered a feature for the Ruffian, but an obstacle for the townsfolk and other Bundits. If townsfolk ends their turn adjacent to at least 1 Bundit, they take 1 damage. So that's not per Bundit, so that's good. Townsfolk may attack a Bundit. If the attack successfully deals damage, remove the Bundo from the board. Okay. Okay. Well, I've got the Bundit tokens here, or Bundo tokens, I guess. Okay. So, that's going to be troublesome to deal with. Okay, so he's got 15, or they have 15 and 15 health, 6 movement. So, this is going to be troublesome to deal with, I guess. So the Bundits go first. We've got a lot of terrain here. It looks like we're going to be stuck above the river, but at least we have the vegetable patch. So that's helpful. It's going to be hard to cross the river because you must cross at the bridge, or you have to go all the way around through the fence and everything. So, but the fence is an obstacle. Alright. It looks like we're going to be stuck next to these things. But we're really close to the farmhouse, so hopefully that will help. Okay. Let's start with the Bundits' turn. Bumbling Obstructions. Target none. Move each Bundo terrain piece 1 square towards the townsfolk closest to them. Then, any townsfolk that is adjacent to the Bundo terrain takes 1 damage. Move the Bundits towards the farthest townsfolk. Okay. So, move each this does nothing, I guess. Scatter doesn't start with any Bundos on the board. Let me just make sure here. Doesn't say there's any bundos on the board. Begin the fight with scatter action in play. If a townsfolk enters a square adjacent to the bundo terrain piece, there is no Bundits or bundos in play. So I guess this does nothing to start, really. Move each bundo terrain piece 1 square towards the townsfolk closest to them. There's none to move. Then any townsfolk that is adjacent to it, and there's no one on there. Okay, so that does nothing. Okay. Okay, that did nothing. Now Yancey. So, what I've done here is, because I was so bad with rolling Old Smacky, I almost barely ever hit with it. I'm not going to use it now. I've given up on this. So, I've actually equipped the Quackalope thing here, the Horned Duckling. So, we're going to be trying to do that. Maybe I'll actually be able to do damage with this thing. So, we just spend 2 mocks, and then we move 3 squares in a straight line. If you end movement adjacent to the Ruffian, Ruffian takes 1 damage. So, we can move prior to this, and then spend the 2 mocks. So we have 3 mocks. We just need to move 3 in a straight line. So what we're going to do is move 1, 2 to there, because we have 3 movement. Now we'll spend the 2 mocks and move straight 1, 2, 3. Actually, I should have moved here. Yeah, I'm going to say I moved here 1, 2, 3 because I wanted to end here. So, moving with the Horned Duckling, move 3 squares in a straight line. If you end moving adjacent to the Ruffian, which we did, it takes 1 damage. So there we go. I did 1 damage. It was that simple. I should have been using the Horned Duckling last fight as well. I just thought maybe I'd be doing more damage with Old Smacky. Maybe I'd get some criticals. It's nice to be able to roll for criticals, because then you can get, the gear and stuff, and criticals are always nice. You can increase your movement, but it can do bad things if you roll low. But it's not like Kingdom Death, where there's reactions on hit locations and stuff. So the Horned Duckling is super safe. It's way safer than Devastating in Kingdom Death's Devastating is way more safe, because you never have to roll, you never trigger traps or anything like this. In this, it's just straight 1 damage, but there's no bad thing for rolling a dice. Sure, you could miss, but you don't have to deal with bad reactions and stuff. So I'm kind of 50-50 on the Horned Duckling, just because I would rather roll and try to get crits. But, however, I wasn't rolling good at all with Yancey and couldn't even hit regardless. So I guess the Horned Duckling's better. But automatic damage is not as powerful as is in Kingdom of Death in this game. So, next, we can do, we've got a ton of damage here, because Hero Sword's going to be doing 3 damage, and the Big Barrel's going to be doing 3 damage. So let's shoot with the Big Barrel first. Okay, Big Barrel. Let's go ahead. It's going to be 7 range, so we're good. We can even move back some. Well, no, we'll just shoot it. We'll just shoot right now. 7 range. When used, the weapon cannot attack following turn, which is fine. So it's 5 accuracy. It's actually going to be on a 3+, because Norman has +2 accuracy. So it's just going to be 2+. Or 3+, So a 3+ for 3 damage. That's a 3+. So that's 3 damage with the Big Barrel. I'm going to go ahead and tap this to remind me. But that's 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. That pushes past the break point. We're already at a break. So here we go. Tainted Veggie. Target none. Move towards the farthest townsfolk. Then trigger the after effect. Okay, so the farthest townsfolk's actually Georgie. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, it's Georgie. Okay, so you move towards Georgie, then trigger the after effect. After effect, a bundle approaches the group, offering them a plump carrot. A townsfolk of the group's choice accepts the carrot, restoring 1 HP. The bundle gains and hops away, or the bundle grins and hops away at the townsfolk's stomach begins to rumble. Keep this card in front of the chosen townsfolk. Your stomach is on the fritz. Whenever you roll a natural 1, for any reason, you lose 1 movement and take 1 damage. Okay, so Yancey's going to be eating this because I plan on not rolling dice with him really that much. So, there we go. He's not going to be attacking. He's just going to be using the horned duckling. So I don't need to roll dice. Perfect. This works very good. This is perfect. Okay, let's go now. Well, the thing came right over to me. So I'm going to go ahead and consume the hard liquor. So, consuming hard liquor, discard hard liquor, you lose 2 accuracy, but your attacks deal +1 damage for the rest of the fight. So, I don't even know if it's... Yeah, I guess it's worth it. I'm going to consume the hard liquor here. Go down 2 accuracy. So, we have... Well, no, it's probably not worth it at all. Actually, this is not worth it at all. I'm just going to say I never equipped it. I'm just going to use the cake for now. The reason why I say it's not worth it at all is... well, you know, I guess it's not... It seemed worth it at the time, but... I don't know. I'm doing quite a bit of damage here. I don't know if I need to really... I'd rather just do consistent damage. So, attacking with Georgie... which is going to be the hero's sword. This costs 2 mocks. It's going to be on a 4+. I missed. So it would have been a miss regardless. So, that sucks. Okay. I guess I can move away. He's got 5 movement. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I'll move 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to get to there. Just in case he needs to heal, he can get in the vegetable thing. He's not the farthest, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. It's to be a roll off. I'll move here. There. So now it's not a roll off. Yancey's technically the farthest. So Georgie's not the farthest, not the closest. We're good. All right, here we go. Bundits, next turn. Target none, of course. The Bundits become uncontrollable if their numbers grow too high. If there are 3+ Bundo terrain pieces on the board, all townsfolk take 1 damage. Move the Bundits towards the furthest... There aren't 3 Bundos on the board. So this isn't doing any damage? What is going on here? Why does this not seem like this is working right? There's no Bundits on the board yet. He doesn't start with any Bundits on the board. Keep this card in front of... Whenever another action deals damage to a townsfolk, create a... Nothing's creating these things. So, okay, not doing anything. So nothing happens. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move here with Yancey. Or, yeah, because it's Yancey's turn. So I'm going to move there with Yancey. Oh, I just realized I did that out of order. Georgie should have went before Norman. That's okay. Wouldn't really have changed anything. Because he missed. Georgie missed. So he wouldn't have triggered the thing. It wouldn't have changed anything. Okay, so I'm going to go there with Yancey. I'm going to interact with the Rickety Farm. So Rickety Farm costs 1 mox. We have 3 mox. So this costs 1 mox to do this. And we have the Detective Cap and the Rabbit's Foot. So we are getting... Oh, he's not missing any HP yet. So he's still getting... We're getting +1 to this. So... we're getting +1 to this. So we just need a 7+, I guess. 7+. That's a 7. Not a 7+. Okay. So what is it? The owner tosses you a bandage. Restore 2 HP. No longer be activated. Well, that's okay. So we can't do the Rickety Farm anymore. Would have been nice to do 3 damage, but that's okay. Now we'll spend the other 2 mocks and move 3. 1, 2, 3. End our turn there. Does 1 damage to Bundits because of Horned Duckling. Now it is Georgie. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move to there. Attack with the hero's sword. Hero's sword, 2 mocks. It's going to be 4+. That's a hit. So 4+, it's going to do 3 damage. 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. That causes a break. Okay, here's the break. Coordinated assault. Target closest townsfolk. Take each bundo terrain piece on the board and place them adjacent to the target. But there's no bundos on the board. I don't understand what's going on. If no bundo terrain pieces are on the board, create 2 adjacent to the target. Then play the next card in the action deck. Okay, here we go. Finally gonna do stuff. So, placing them adjacent to the target. 1 there, 1 there. It's fine. Now we play the next card in the deck. Okay, all townsfolk within 3 squares of the Bundits that's everyone. Fine. All targets unequip their accessories. That gear cannot be re-equipped this fight. Any target that does not have an accessory equipped takes 1 damage instead. Then the Bundits move towards the farthest townsfolk. Okay, so then they're just going to move towards Norman. Accessories. Okay, so everybody had an accessory. They're all discard. They all unequip. Okay, so unequipping Fresh Cake, unequipping Rabbit's Foot, and unequipping Grip Tape. Okay, so everybody did have something to unequip. Any target that does not have an accessory equipped takes, and then move the target towards the closest, or towards the farthest. So it just moves up 1, and Yancey gets placed right there. Okay, fine, whatever. Now Norman. So Norman can't really do anything. Trying to think here. Because the big barrel's tapped, so he can't shoot with it. I don't think I can re-attack another Bundit. So, no one's taken any damage yet. Well, okay. Well, we'll just back up, I guess. I could re-equip. Yeah, I'll re-equip Bort's face here. I'll spend 2 to re-equip Bort's face, put on the fishy cap, and just move over here. 1, 2. How much movement do I have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I don't want to end my turn next to a Bundo. So there we go. That looks like it. Because Georgie before those Bundits appeared, Georgie already had ended his turn. So he doesn't take damage from those Bundits because he had already taken his turn. So, next card. Bundits. Target. Farthest townsfolk. If there are 4+ on the board, okay, pull the target 10 squares towards the Bundits. Then, each target that is adjacent to the Bundits takes 1 damage. Okay, so I guess it just pulls... What is it? It's all farthest townsfolk. If there are 4+ townsfolk on the board, target 2. There are not 4. So he just gets pulled back. 1. Okay, so he just gets pulled back and then takes 1 damage. So he gets pulled back and takes 1 damage. Okay, he's down to 3. Okay. Again, he's not ending his turn, right? If a townsfolk enters a square adjacent to they immediately take 1 damage. Okay. And then ends their turn. Okay, so he entered a square now adjacent, so he takes 1 damage. He's down to 2. Because he entered this square. So he comes over, enters the square. Again, the way I'm doing enter is Georgie doesn't... These appeared next to him, right? So he hasn't left that square. So he doesn't take any damage. They appeared after he ended his terrain. After he ended his turn. So, because he triggered the break, ended his turn. Triggering the break ended his turn. Then you draw the card, and then those appeared. So he never entered a terrain or a square next to Bundits, and he didn't end his turn next to Bundits, so he's not taking any damage. However, Norman just entered one to take 1 damage, and then he took 1 damage from getting pulled in. So that's that. That was the Bundits' turn. Now it's Yancey's turn. So he's got 3 movement, so I guess we just move away. 1, 2, 3. Then we spend 2 mocks to do Horned Duckling. 1, 2, 3 to get to here. And that causes 1 damage. Ah. Yeah, so causes 1 more damage, brings the thing down to 6. Could technically kill it this round if I roll well. So, got the big barrel, so it's Georgie's turn. Georgie's going to leave this terrain. 1, 2. How much movement does Georgie have? Oh, he's got 5. 1, 2. 3, 4. He'll just get behind so I don't have to worry about Bundits or Bundos. And then attack with the Hero's Sword, which is going to be a 4+, because I've got 2 accuracy. So 4+ to do 3 damage. That's a 4+, so that's going to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. That triggers a break point. Okay, break point. Bundits. Flurry of Carrots. Target none. Move towards the farthest target. Then each townsfolk within 4 squares rolls. Okay, that's everybody because everybody's adjacent to him. Okay, so now everybody rolls. Okay. Here we go. So, we're going Georgie first. A 6. 2 to 8. A carrot straight to the gut. Take 1 damage. Okay. Georgie's down to 1. Not the best. Yancey next. 8. That's the same thing. 1 damage. Okay. And Norman. A 9. You managed to catch the carrot perfectly between your teeth. Enjoy the snack. Restore 1 HP. Okay, so he's up to 3 HP. That's fine. So that was the break. Okay. Now, at this moment, before Norman goes, he's going to archive this. No townsfolk is at max HP. No one is. He's going to archive this. Archiving it, or no, he's going to achieve it, I mean, for 3 gold. Okay, he gets himself 3. Now he'll go. How much movement does he have? 4 movement. This could be the end right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to get himself into the vegetable patch. He's not going to end his turn. Now he'll shoot with the big barrel, which is a 3+, the big barrel, to kill the Bundits. So 3+, here we go. So 7. That's it. So that does 3 damage. He was at 3. That will kill the Bundits. Alright. That seemed kind of easy? I don't know. It's probably just because I got a lot of damage dealing things with the Hero's Sword and the big barrel. And automatic damage with the Duckling. So, I pretty much did a ton of damage really quick. So, that's that. Technically, I guess he doesn't end his turn, so he's not going to heal the 1 HP, whatever. Let's see now. So he completed 1 feat of metal. I don't think anybody else completed a feat. Yeah, he completed 1 feat of metal. Or, well, I guess him and Georgie, because Georgie completed the town phase with the most coins. So him and Georgie completed 1. Who gets the most points, though? They're both worth 1 point. Okay, so they're both worth 1 point. So it's a tie for who gets it. We'll just go with the highest roller between Norman and Georgie to get the gear. So Georgie, it's 5. Norman, 8. So Norman will get the gear. Let me grab the gear from the Bundits here. Bundits. Peddler cart key, Bundit cloak, leash bundo. Alright. Going to one of these 3. Shuffle them up and then I'll roll. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On a 10 I re-roll. 1, 2, 3. That's this guy right here. So I take this one. Bundit cloak. That's chest gear. +1 mox. Swap positions with the townsfolk within 5 squares. That's pretty good. So that's a chest gear. He's going to go ahead and obtain that. And obtain a piece of head, chest, or leg gear. So he'll go ahead and achieve this for 2 more bucks. 2 more bucks. Good for you. He never ended his square adjacent to each other, but however, I did forget these 2 ended their squares adjacent to each other. So Georgie technically died. And Yancey took 1 damage. So I forgot about this. Those 2, he died. Ending his turn next to him killed him. And then, yeah, just end your turn, right? Keep score in front of you. If a townsfolk chooses to end their turn next to another townsfolk, they take 1 damage. They each take 1 damage, yeah. So that was a dumb move. They killed each other on that. But wouldn't have mattered because it's when you end your turn. So he attacked, did his 3 damage, then he killed himself. Yancey took a damage, and then Norman shot him with the big barrel. All good. Very weird, but that is it. So everybody gets 6. Go ahead and give everyone 6. It's 6, 6, and 6. All right. That's it. We'll see. We'll just see who the next one is for the next fight. Lawman Dozy. I don't know how he plays. Never fought him before. So cool. Lawman Dozy is our final fight. That should be very interesting. This was very lucky. I feel I got very lucky against this because it barely put any tokens in play. So, yay me. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the final fight against Lawman Dozy.